My success in self-improvement has been because of my iron conviction. Comparing myself to the man that says, I might just, compared to mine, I will, has been the biggest change in the level of success that I have achieved. It comes down to holding a belief in your words and saying to yourself that you will accomplish something, and believing by the accumulation of discipline and hard work that you will get it done. And to break this concept down is, imagine you had a friend that isn't too certain in life. Would you trust him? If you both mutually agreed to go to the gym at 3 o'clock and you said, all right, we agreed, I'll meet you there. And then you're a great man, you get there 5 minutes early. And then this guy, he doesn't show up at 3. 3:05, 3:10, you hit him a text like, hey, where are you? Oh, he's 15 minutes out. 30 minutes go by. 45 minutes go by. And you say, all right, I'm just going to go hit my workout because this guy has been a waste of my time. And this becomes the main topic that I want to discuss in this video, is the severity of the words you say. And understanding this has been a superpower for my self-development, and it can be for yours. Because self-improvement, the main idea is to improve. You have to remove things from your life and implement new ones. Now that's easier said than done, but going by it with a certain conviction is the key. You don't just say, all right, I think I'm gonna wake up at 6. All right, I think I'm gonna have my diet, like the meal I was planned. I think I'm gonna go to the gym at 11. I think I'll read the book at 5. You think. Well, which is it? Are you or are you not? And it puts yourself in this level of accountability. Because of course we're gonna relapse, of course we're gonna fail. But when it comes down to the times of saying or breaking your words is the most painful thing. And that's the understanding of it, is when you break your word, it hurts. You say to yourself, I'm never gonna do something again. And then a few days later you do it. It hurts. Especially if you tell someone, or you expose yourself, or you say an oath upon some greater deal. You say, on my blood, on my mother, I'm not gonna do something. And then you relapse, you fail, and you think, damn, it hurts. And you use that momentum to propel yourself forward and give it severity. And I want to discuss, before I get into some actual steps, into a little story. Is when I was younger, I was 12 years old, and I said to myself, you know, this guy that I was watching, this anime, One Punch Man, he would work out every single day. He would do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and he would run. And out of the blue, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. You know, this is reasonable. And this anime character I look up to. So I started doing it. And I told my father that I would do it. And it would get midday. I'd have most of the stuff done. I went on the run, got the sit-ups done, the squats done. But it's later in the day. It's like 7 p.m. And I still got 50 push-ups to do. And I told myself, and I told my dad that I was going to do it. And he said, Max, don't you have those push-ups to do? And I think, oh crap. I gave him my word to go do it. So then I got down on the floor and I did my push-ups and I accomplished it. And that became a turning moment to understand that if I say something, it needs to hold weight, and the power of that. Of course, we're always going to say, let's not scroll on our phones, and we find ourselves. But it's the constant reflecting and understanding of our consciousness of snapping back into it. And when you get really good at becoming able to uphold your word, it becomes a superpower. Because instead of this not certainty that you have when it comes to you doing something, instead it is law, and it should be law. Because you should have such a big conviction when it comes to the things you say to yourself, or else you're a liar, you're a fake, you're a coward. And those people cannot be worth anything, unless if they're self-aware. But we must understand that if you want a dream done, you can sit there and fantasize about it. But once you say, I'm gonna go get it, and I'm gonna go do the things that will achieve it, it becomes feasible. Like today, it's always a test of courage. I was at the gym and I'm working my way up to 275 pounds. This is my second set of this weight. So I said, all right, I'm gonna do three reps. That's what I have. Okay, I go down, up. It's a little heavy, I expected it. Down, up. Okay, it's getting rough. And I look myself in the mirror, I'm like, all right, I should unrack this. And then I said, wait, am I being a fake? I said, I'm gonna go get 3 fucking reps. So I go down, and with all my might, like I could barely get up. I keep the form perfect, obviously. And I go up, boom, and I look myself in the mirror. I give myself a big giant smile, and I said, fuck yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna go get 3 reps because I put it in my word. And with that mentality, anything is feasible. You're gonna go see that girl and like, all right, I should go talk to her. No, I'm going to. And then the biggest thing is obviously upholding it. Because an oath breaker in every society has been an outcast. Has been something that looks down upon. And it reflects in a lot of avenues of life. As young men, we constantly say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're uncertain. It's a simple yes or no. But that means what you do agree upon needs to be reflection, needs to be, because you can't say once you become a man of your word, you can't go agree to waste your time, to go do something degenerate. Because you must have the foundation of saying, this is who I am, the good habits. And the bad habits, I don't do. And being strong with it. And constantly having this battle inside of your brain of saying, this is what I do. This is what I don't do. This is what I'm going to do. And it's the struggles. But it becomes a little bit of a play of the hardship. Once you know what you said to yourself, the day prior, I say what I'm going to do. And I uphold it. Because I know if I fail, if I break my oath to myself, if I lose my conviction, it's only going to crumble my foundation of my soul. Because my word becomes less and less. You see it with relationships. You tell a woman that you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to make her happy, you're going to please her. And if you don't uphold your word, this magical night that she sees you as, it crumbles. Same with friends that are actually worth something. They see your lack of conviction when it comes to what you're gonna do. I've had times I tell friends, oh, I'm starting a business and by this date, it's gonna be finished. And then they say, hey, did you make any progress? And I'm like, fuck no. Damn it. I made a mistake. Because the more you lie to yourself, the less of a man you are. But the more you stay true and on the path is the forging of your armor, of your structure, of your foundation. And then it just becomes as simple as saying, I'm going to go do this. And because I said it, I have to go do it. And you be strategic. And you always decide to do the hard work and not the pleasure. If you don't know who I am, I'm Maxwell, and I hope to teach self-improvement. I appreciate if you like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Go out there and make the right decisions, and be like iron.